Libra, hello. Welcome to your mid-May Oracle and Tarot reading. My name is Tessa. You're watching my channel. Oh my God, I had like a little moment there, and I almost forgot what the topic of this video was. It's just there's just been a lot going on today. That's all. There's been a lot going on today. But we have our full moon lunar eclipse happening on May 26th, okay? So if you are new to my channel, my name is Tessa. I do spiritual guidance. I focus on the energies that are coming up for you specifically, and we kind of just like dive in and try to understand them a little bit better, so you can navigate your life and navigate the different energies that are kind of going on around you and within you. So that is my focus. I don't like particularly do love or this or that, okay? But with that being said, my mid-month readings are going to change in theme as time goes on. So these mid-month readings are specific to your sun, moon, or rising, so you can watch your sun, moon, or rising sign for these videos, and the theme will change. It just kind of depends on what's going on. If there is a major astrological event going on, then that's going to be the theme. So for this video, it's going to be the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, and then I'm probably going to do the solar eclipse for June, and then my monthly readings is based specifically off your rising sign, because I do dive into astrology, okay? So definitely get into the Oracle and Tarot, because it's they always provides insight, and that is more or less, you know, the foundation of my channel is tarot. So yeah, so the monthly readings, you definitely want to watch your rising sign. And I pull up the chart for that day, for that month, and we see what's going on right now, you know, like what's going on in astrology. And then we zoom in and focus in more on what particular energies are going to be relevant to you. And I use the Astro Soul Oracle deck. I absolutely love it. I started using it for May 2021. And I actually pulled out the main event for this, the main event for this particular reading, which is the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. I don't know if you can actually see, but this is the Astro Soul Oracle deck. It's super cool. It's kind of got like this like gold film over here. So yeah, so the lunar eclipse over here, it says releasing the past, breakthrough, pushing limitations, healing. And then I have my Sagittarius constellation, because the lunar eclipse is going to happen in Sagittarius. We are in Taurus season. And then at the end of the year, in November, we're going to have a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. But that's going to be during Scorpio season. So it's going to be a wild ride this year. 2020, we had a lot of eclipses, and we're going to have a lot of eclipses this year too. Yeah, so that is our theme. So I am going to be using the Spirit Animal Oracle, Spirit Animal Oracle for insight, as well as the Murder of Crows Tarot. What else do I want to say? I guess that's it. I guess we can get started. So just kind of a little background. Lunar eclipses are, oh my goodness, they are all about releasing like all these like old energies that are really, really weighing us down, and energies that are just not, it's like this unnecessary burden. It's like something that just is weighing in our soul, and it like won't really allow us to really push forward on the path that we really want to be going down, because there is something else that's burdening us, and sometimes we don't even really know completely what it is. You know, it could be kind of like locked in your unconscious or subconscious, and that's why like I love tarot so much, because they kind of like pull those energies out of you, and they allow us to really understand the different things that are going on inside of us. And it's not like anybody's fault. Like it's unfortunately, it is normal that we're not as in tune with the energies that are going on within us, and that we don't really completely understand the different emotions that we're feeling, because we, do live in a society, we do live in a world that is very like limiting as far as how we understand one another, how we relate to one another, like especially in America. And you know, like if you live in the city, like I don't know, there's just kind of, it seems like there's always this energy where, you know, people expect you to be happy, or people expect you to behave in a certain way, right, and to act in a certain way, but there's so much more that goes on inside of us, and there's really no reason why we shouldn't be able to share the different parts of ourselves, right? And it's like typically we'll only share certain parts of ourselves with certain people because we trust those people. And I'm kind of trying to like break those walls down and be like, well, you know, if you watch my Get to Know Me Through Astrology series, you will see that I definitely, I am a writer, so I am to a degree an open book, and I do share my personal stories, and I share very personal and very vulnerable things about me and my life and things I've been through, and things that I experience and emotions that I experience. I am a Scorpio moon, so I'm kind of here to just kind of open those doors a little bit more, create like a safe space community, and open those doors for people to explore the different sides of themselves, whether it's angry, sad, happy, and just kind of like allow yourself to get to know those energies that are within you more, and use them for, you know, maybe you discover that you have certain hobbies that you really are interested in getting involved in that you never really thought of doing before. So all these different energies and these different feelings can trigger inspiration in us to go out and start doing different kinds of things, like getting involved in different kinds of things. Like I always say that like if you have a lot of anger, let's say you have like a lot of built up or pent up anger in you, I would always say that like politics is a really good, you know, thing to get into. But if you have, you know, it just kind of depends, but as long as it's not violent. If you do have more violent tendencies, I would definitely get involved with like kickboxing, or, you know, there's so many different things that you can, like I started saying recently, there's something out there for everybody. There's literally something out there for everybody. And these things are not right or wrong. Like it's just a different way of channeling, there's just so many different ways that you can channel the energies that are inside of you, and they're like, none of the energies that are in you are like wrong. They're just misunderstood. Okay, they're just misunderstood. So that's my little spiel. So I hope that all makes sense. I'm sure it did make sense. So yeah, so the way that we're gonna do this, so lunar eclipse, is kind of like understanding some of the things that are holding us back. And when I say like releasing energy, I mean like energy that just kind of sits there because we haven't like confronted it, you know, like maybe energy that maybe like something that happened from your past that you never really confronted, and then it just kind of sits there and it festers and you don't really do anything about it, or you don't face it. So the question is going to be, what is the energy, like what do you need to release, Libra, from your past, okay, for this lunar eclipse, okay? So what does Libra need to release and let go of, okay? So what do you need to release and let go of? So we're going to do one row for what you need to release and let go of, and then one row for like advice, you know, like ways that you can start to move in the right direction. Okay, so that is going to be this mid-May reading for you. I feel like there was something else that I wanted to say, but now I don't know. I probably said it all. I always feel that way, though. I always feel like I'm not saying everything. But I think that's just kind of a symptom of being a writer. Okay, so what does Libra need to release and let go of for this lunar eclipse? What does Libra need to release and let go of for this lunar eclipse? Oops. What does Libra need to release and let go of for this lunar eclipse? What does Libra need to release and let go of for this lunar eclipse? What does Libra need to release and let go of for this lunar eclipse? What does Libra need to release and let go of for this lunar eclipse? What does Libra need to release and let go of for this lunar eclipse? Okay. Shuffle the tarot deck. What does Libra need to release and let go of for this lunar eclipse? Oops. What does Libra need to release and let go of for this lunar eclipse? What does Libra need to release and let go of for the... Oh my god, I'm sorry. I just got like a really bad itch. What does Libra need to release and let go of for this lunar eclipse? What does Libra need to release and let go of for this lunar eclipse? What does Libra need to release and let go of for this lunar eclipse? What does Libra need to release? Ooh, ooh, oh. What does Libra need to release and let go of for this lunar eclipse? My hands are spent. I've been using my hands my whole life. I was a waitress, I'm a writer, I played piano when I was younger, now I'm doing tarot, so gotta keep these hands healthy, because oh my god. Okay, so let's start with what you need to release and let go of. We have dog spirit, be loyal to what you love. Okay, so be loyal to what you love. Okay, so there could be like this thing inside of you where you feel like you need to people please, or you feel like you need to, I don't know, you feel like you need to kind of like put yourself out there more than you actually have to. Like you need to socialize or become involved like in social groups or family events, or I don't know, like there's this feeling that you are perhaps overburdening yourself and putting too much emphasis on like people pleasing, or needing to you know, involve yourself more than you actually have to. So this is kind of like reminding you that it's okay to make your circle small. It's okay to not feel like you always have to live up to other people's expectations of you. So if you're like a social butterfly, or if you feel like you always need to be present in everybody else's life, it's kind of like wanting you to really reevaluate and really take a look and, you know, and face the fact that like perhaps a lot of the things that are weighing you down and that are kind of burdening you and kind of stopping you from really kind of spreading your wings and doing what you love to do, the things that like you're really loyal to, the things like the people you're loyal to, the hobbies, to really, really immerse yourself fully in the things that you really, really love. There is a very good possibility that that is kind of being held back right now by this kind of mentality of feeling like you need to be, you know, there for like others, and you probably, maybe you do that because it's like a source of distraction, you know, it's kind of like, and we all do that, like we all find ourselves being distracted by random things and we don't even really realize it, but it really is true. A lot of the times we stop ourselves from going down the path we really want to go down and involving ourselves more in the things that really do kind of trigger some kind of like love and passion in us, and we don't do it because we like almost like subconsciously or like purposely put ourselves in the midst of distractions, so we don't have to like deal with this new adventure, because new adventures always bring unknowns, right? New things always kind of create like, well, I don't really know what's going to happen, even though that's kind of the fun in it, right? Isn't the fun not really knowing and taking a chance and taking a risk? Because like you could really find yourself so much more happier doing that rather than you know, like people pleasing or overburdening yourself and overwhelming yourself with like everybody else's drama or everyone else's like social anxieties and social causes and things like that. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy. Maybe you feel like also it's like a form of networking, you know, like constantly being around these people. It could be tied to your work. Okay. So you feel like you need to involve yourself in maybe like work activities because it keeps you in the loop, it keeps you involved, but really you kind of just want to like go off and do your own thing. So that I definitely see that as a possibility, where you feel like you like have to do it because, you know, you feel like a kind of like a responsibility to your job and you don't want to jeopardize your job or you don't want to jeopardize your career. So you like hang out with your coworkers or you involve yourself more in work activities, even though maybe that's not necessarily what you want to be doing. So that's definitely something to consider. And that seems like something that we definitely need to face and you know, probably either release and kind of like figure out why you do that, or like, you know, because if you're a valued employee, you know, then there's really no reason why your coworkers would, you know, shouldn't like understand your other interests and stuff like that. Or you can talk to your coworkers about your other interests, you know, they might want to get involved as well. So that's really interesting, Libra. And then we have the Page of Wands. Yeah. So I'm definitely feeling like there is maybe something else that inspires you. There's other things out there that are inspiring you. It could be like something involved with like spirituality or the arts or something creative. And I think that there could be a little bit of fear over here as far as like really stepping away from your comfort zone and stepping away from the distractions in order to move towards this like new kind of way of life and this new way of existing and being, and really like open up and embrace, you know, a more like artistic path, a creative path, where you can just kind of like have fun and learn something new, like how to paint or whatever it is, like whatever it is. So there is this kind of like need to release and let go of this idea that, I don't know, like maybe you think it's like a waste of time, or maybe you think that maybe like you feel like you're obligated to just focus on work stuff, even though there are all these other hobbies and interests that you have that you really want to explore. And then we have the Page of Cups. Okay. Another page. You know, yeah. This is a very, very creative energy. Because like cup energy, Page of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sag. Page of Cups is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So the Page of Cups is like, that's like about love and emotional energy. And I don't know, there could also be like, you could be feeling these deeper, more like sensitive feelings towards something in particular. Like something maybe you've always wanted to do, something you've always wanted to try, and you just never pushed yourself to do it. And I feel like this is your sign to do it, because like this guy is just looking at this bird over here, and there's this feeling that I'm getting of just like he's taking a sigh and he's just like, and he's looking at the bird and he's like, yeah, I know what I gotta do, you know. So I don't know, Libra. I feel like you're going to be facing a moment of truth. You know, there's going to be a moment of truth with this lunar eclipse, and like you're just going to get kind of like fed up with the current lifestyle or the current like kind of scheme of things that are going on around you, and you're going to want to like detach yourself and just kind of like fall away into like the abyss of some other like fantasy world, some other place, another creative endeavor. Like really just kind of facing your own emotions and really kind of facing your own soul and just like telling yourself like, you know, let's do this. And it's going to make you feel, and that will be your release. And then once you really figure out exactly what it is you want to kind of start getting your hands into, it's going to feel like really cathartic. It's going to be really good for you. You know, but I definitely see you kind of facing some inner, maybe some inner demons, but just some inner like feelings of like, you know, like blockages, you know, but it's going to be a breakthrough. They're just like blockages. They are these kind of mental, emotional blockages where like maybe there's like some laziness or there's some like apathy kind of attached to it, even though like you could be tired, you know. I'm feeling a sense of just kind of feeling tired, but I think you're more tired. Like socializing can really take a lot of energy out of you. As a Sagittarius, I'm strangely introverted. I'm extroverted under certain circumstances, but for the most part, I'm pretty introverted. And it could be because I do have a lot of water in my chart, and I'm a Scorpio moon. So like being around people takes a lot of energy out of you, and then other people's dramas takes a lot of energy out of you, like chatter, just like hanging out with people, just listening to people talk. Like, oh my god, like sometimes I'm just like, oh my god, like I need to get the heck away from you. You are literally sucking the energy out of me. And I think that you're gonna start to understand and see once you kind of start to retreat and take more time for yourself instead of like immersing yourself in everybody else's energy. You'll see that you're going to have more energy to start new hobbies and to do things that you really actually want to be doing. Okay, so let's see what your advice is. Dove Spirit, be peace. Okay, be peace. That's pretty simple enough, right? So just like take deep breaths. You know, this is a spiritual journey. We're all on a spiritual journey, okay? This is very much a spiritual journey for you with this Dove Spirit. And you're going to see the light, okay? You're going to see the light. Sagittarius got your back over here. And you're going to be inspired. And you'll see. It's going to just kind of like it's going to just start to do its kind of magic. It's going to start to do its work in your mind, and you're going to be inspired, and it's naturally just going to push you there. The universe is kind of going to like guide you straight into those activities and those hobbies that you really are wanting to put a little bit more effort into. Four of Pentacles is Sun in Capricorn, okay? So maybe these hobbies like are involved with like your home, okay? I'm kind of like getting, because like the Four of Pentacles is just like the Sun in Capricorn energy is just someone who saves their money. They just want to like sit around at home and really like enjoy their what they've worked for. And it does tend to be a bit of a stubborn energy, like not really wanting to spend money, Um, and I feel like there is some inspiration going on here where it's like I'm 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 getting a sense that maybe you, like some of you, are really wanting to like redecorate or just like do home projects, you know, like maybe create your own space, you know, like not just go out and buy things and redecorate. You know, obviously there are still things, there's materials you have to buy, but you can like build your own table. Like go to Home Depot, buy a slab of wood and build your own table, or paint, or you know, like make your home your own. So there's this feeling with this Four of Pentacles over here of like learning how to use your money wisely and still be crafty and still kind of like do fun projects around the house, because I feel like you like your home is your peace and you do like being at home and you want to like make your home a special environment and a sacred environment. And this is something that you are passionate about. And this is something because it's like that's your home and it's, you know, this creative energy it's coming from your soul, it's coming from your heart, and that energy translates into the space around you. I hope that makes sense. Seven of Pentacles, more pentacle energy. We have Saturn in Taurus. Okay, kind of like, okay, I feel like you're just kind of like taking a look around, like there's this feeling of just kind of staring off and not being able to make a decision. I know you guys are known to not be able to make decisions, but I just kind of like pictured you just kind of like standing in the middle of your living room or something and just kind of like doing like a little twirl, like a little 360, and just kind of looking around and like trying to like come up with some ideas of how you can, I don't know, like change some things around your house or make things more fun or make things more creative, make things more of a reflection of yourself. Just don't be discouraged, because there is kind of this sense of just kind of like looking and looking and looking, but not really taking any action, because maybe like you can't really like figure out what you want to do, or you're trying to decide exactly how you want to change things. Just don't let it bog you down, because the Seven of Pentacles is like this. It's a bit of an impatient energy. It's a bit of a, you know, like staring at your plants. Like if you have plants in your house, like wondering like when it's gonna grow a new leaf. It's like, well, it's gonna do it when it's gonna do it. It like it's on its own time schedule, you know. So it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of like, don't try to control things that you can't control and only focus on what you can control, or like take baby steps, you know? Like take baby steps, like see what you can change and start there. Secrets. The moon came out. The only major arcana to come out. Why did I get a feeling of like journaling? I got this like really weird vibe of like starting a journal. It's the moon card, but moon card has to do with secrets. Okay, moon energy has to do with like things that we keep hidden, things that we keep to ourselves, like things that are even hiding from ourselves, things that are even not necessarily brought to our own attention, like some deeper emotions, some deeper kind of things that are going on inside of us. And I was just looking at this moon and I was like, I just thought, start a journal, start a journal. And you don't have to be like a writer to start a journal. Anybody can start a journal. And you'd be surprised as to what you can discover about yourself. You know, like if you started a little journal and you just write like a page a day, and you just write like a little bit, and you just like do it every day, you'll be really surprised to see like what kind of thoughts come out, you know, what kind of inspiration comes out, like what memories come out, what ideas come out. And then you just kind of, and then you train yourself eventually to just, and then it becomes a stream of consciousness. And then sometimes you're writing and you literally just can't stop. You're just writing and writing and writing. You just like let it come out. Okay. That like, not everybody has to know everything about you. Not everyone has to like, before I started writing on the internet, I was writing in journals. I started writing when I was 12 years old, and I was writing just in journals, you know, and I didn't share it with anybody. I was like terrified of sharing my writing with people in the beginning. And then, you know, you get older, and then, you know, and then you just kind of start to become more comfortable and stuff like that. But you don't know unless you try, right? So that could be a really, really good experiment to see, like, and starting a journal actually really is a very interesting test of how comfortable we are with our own emotions, how comfortable we are with our own thoughts. Because like, if you start a journal and there's no one around and this is your journal, no one is going to read it, like, it's interesting to see what you write and then like why, and then like where do you stop? Why did you stop? What thoughts were coming to your head? What feelings were coming that made you stop? Maybe you were afraid of it. Maybe you were afraid of writing it down. Why were you afraid of writing it down? Maybe you were afraid that somebody might read it one day. Maybe you're afraid of your own thoughts. You know, maybe your thoughts are kind of crazy. Maybe your feelings are kind of crazy. But then it's like, why is that so bad to write that down? Like, what if it makes you feel better? What if it releases something that you didn't even know needed to be released? And then you're just like, wow, where did that come from, right? Very, very good experiment. This was like, I loved this reading. And not just because I am a writer, and I'm like here trying to like tell people why and how writing can actually be really, really cool and really beneficial to the soul. It can be a very spiritual experience. So I don't know, give it a shot. But this is your reading, Libra. So yeah, just get to know yourself. Get to know yourself better. Get to know what really like inspires you, what makes your heart like, sing. Be loyal to what you love. What makes you feel loyal. Okay, so this is going to be your reading for mid-May. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below if you would like. Like the video if you would like, and hopefully you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.